Hey everybody, it's the first day of July and this is Off the Ledge. It's Tuesday. I hope you're having a good day so far and you're enjoying the nice weather. I hope there's nice weather where you are. Certainly nice weather here. Let's take a look at what we have for a theme. Ernest Holmes has a theme every month. And appropriately, the theme for July is freedom. So I'll read you some of the quotes that he starts off the month with. Even the spirit does not seek to control us. It lets us alone to discover ourselves. I like that. Hang on, I want to plug in my microphone so you can hear me a little bit better. Just forgot. Okay, I'm going to read that again. Even the spirit does not seek to control us. It lets us alone to discover ourselves, which is really what democracy is. And another, we have thought that outside things controlled us, when all the time we have had that within that could have changed everything and given us freedom from bondage. So I just want to kind of riff off of that. The one thing that I know people are struggling with in general is believing that outside things have control over us. Outside things do not have control over us. We know there are people in the most extenuating circumstances, maybe even dangerous circumstances, that can still maintain their groundedness, and they just kind of maintain their grip on reality. So let's really work on not letting outside things control us. And on that note, I just want to mention my guidance about this murder bill that is at risk of passing is really that it doesn't even matter. And let me explain. I get that it doesn't matter if it passes or if it doesn't pass. It's a great clarifier. And we will shut it down. If it passes, we will shut it down. And what's happening is we're becoming very aware. It's really painstakingly clear. There's nothing good about this bill, which is why we call it a murder bill. Absolutely nothing. Every single aspect of this bill is cruel and hurtful to all the American people unless they are mega millionaires and billionaires. So why would anybody vote for that? We must ask ourselves. And anybody who votes for that, it's crystal clear who they are. So this is a time of the great revelation of what's going on here. It's corrupt and it's cruel, and those that vote yes on it, make no mistake, they are corrupt and they are cruel. Corrupt and cruel. A vote for yes is proof that they're corrupt and cruel. I keep repeating it because I want you all to remember that. That's what they are, just putting their rubber stamp on. I am corrupt and I am cruel, and I don't give a shit about anybody but myself. That's not a representative. That's somebody who's complicit in crimes against humanity, and it's no less than that. It's a crime against humanity to have the means to provide health care and food for human beings. To have the means. We have been the richest country in the world. It is a crime against humanity to take that money and give it to the already rich and strip people of their food and their medical care. Corrupt and cruel. It's a great clarifier. And we have to engage. Our lives depend on it. So, enough of telling you what you already know. Ernest today says this. We are free with the freedom of God. And he starts with a quote from Galatians. So he's back to quoting the Bible at the beginning. Stand fast. therefore, and the liberty wherewith Christ hath made us free. We all wish to be free, but at the same time we should realize that liberty is not license. To say that we are free with the freedom of God does not mean that we are free to do that which contradicts the divine nature. We are free only in that freedom that God is, the freedom to be alive, to enjoy living, to enter into the activities of everyday living with enthusiasm and interest. We are free to love and to be loved. We are free to give full and complete expression to every capacity we possess, provided this freedom harms no one and hurts no thing. This is freedom enough, because if we were free to do that which is destructive, we should ultimately destroy ourselves. I'm going to read that again because it's appropriate for the time that we're in. We are free to give full and complete expression to every capacity we possess, provided this freedom harms no one and hurts no thing. This is freedom enough, because if we were free to do that which is destructive, we should ultimately destroy ourselves. Think about that with all these people that are just perpetuating and endorsing cruelty. It will ultimately destroy them. And in so doing, we would not only deny, but would defame the nature of divinity itself. Therefore, we always pray, thy will be done, but within this will, we know there is scope enough for self-expression, plenty of room to move around and express life to its fullest. And I'll just leave that there, and so it is. I'm going to read to you something that I've had for decades, and this is by an author and teacher who's no longer with us. He died maybe 20 years ago, I'm guessing. His name is Stuart Wilde. I've mentioned him before in my channel and in my classes. And the first book that I ever read by him is called The Force. I apologize for the noise outside. It's called The Force. And Stuart Wilde, his name is spelled S-T-U-A-R-T, and Wilde has an E on the end, W-I-L-D-E. And this is the Spiritual Warrior's Prayer. I'm going to read it in the first tense. I am what I am, and having faith in the beauty within me, I develop trust. In softness, I have strength. In silence, I walk with the gods. In peace, I understand myself and the world. In conflict, I walk away. In detachment, I am free. In respecting all living things, I respect myself. In dedication, I honor the courage within me. In eternity, I have compassion for the nature of all things. In love, I unconditionally accept the evolution of others. In freedom, I have power. In freedom, I have power. In my individuality, I express the God force within me. In service, I give of what I have become. I am what I am, eternal, immortal, universal, and infinite. And so be it. Love that. Love anything by Stuart Wilde. He was wild. Appropriately named Stuart Wilde. Let's go to Kathy Beale's astrology forecast for today. Okay, which I had it queued up. It just went away. Hang on a second. Hang on. So the beginning of July, I hope that you're all planning to be in Independence Day parades. If you've never done it before, it is fun. It's fun to walk in parades. Make your signs. Anti-fascism. Okay, ready?
This is Kathy Beale of EmpowermentUnlimited.net with Astro Insight for July 1st, 2025. This is a day that favors productivity, at least at first, so you may find the rest of the week you'll have a lot less guilt, a lot less regret. If you knock off as much as you possibly can, in the first part of the day. As we get later in the day, starting about 5 o'clock, a little before Eastern time, the vibe starts to kick in to, well, gee, holidays coming up, can I just play? And that vibe is going to take over pretty much the rest of the week. So front load your day. That's all for now.
All right, and we did a show yesterday, Kathy and I. We just kind of turned PNN last night into a show with Kathy and me. It was good. It was a good show. Check it out from last night if you haven't already. And please hit the thumbs up and please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Let me pick 3 cards to get us through today. All right. Keep your spirits up. It makes a big difference. I was reminded this morning about when Putin attacked Ukraine. My guides told me in no uncertain terms the most important thing for all of us to do is to heal the hatred in our hearts. We're human beings. We've all experienced that. Forgive, 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 and release and let go. Not condoning bad behavior, just not letting it control us. Okay. Harmony. Bringing us into harmony. We are coming into harmony. And thank you, and continue to share. Thank you to those who are sharing experiences like what I shared about being in large groups of people and feeling so much love and so much light and so much goodness. It's there if you look for it. The Thunderbolt is... there are big disruptions taking place. Don't be surprised if this bill passes. I'm not saying that it is. I just said don't. I already told you I'm not going to predict that. Don't be surprised if it does, because everything cumulatively is a wake-up call to all Americans. We are unstoppable. We need to be in that unstoppable energy. I've heard a whole lot of people saying, understandably, I can't handle it. If you can't handle it, the best thing to do is remove yourself and fill your day with beautiful, uplifting things, especially beautiful and uplifting people. It's really critically important. If we're not able to be grounded and centered during these times, and a lot of people have PTSD and it's being triggered, this is also an opportunity to heal that. If we are unable to get a grip, we must remove ourselves, and we must really be with people that uplift us. This is a call for a lot of people to understand that we don't live in isolation. We're interdependent beings, and we're all connected. That's universal truth. And love is really all there is. Okay, so, and the integration, like, it's kind of like what I'm saying we need to kind of integrate. And it's not just me saying it. These are universal truths. So we're coming into harmony through the disruption. The Thunderbolt is like the Tower card. We're coming into harmony. There's big disruptions before we settle into harmonious being. We're in this for the long haul. Like Jane Fonda said, it's a relay race. So let's lift each other up. I'll come back later with a pop-up. I'll pre-record it and upload it. It might be a little bit longer than my other pop-ups because there's so much going on today. And to book a session, go to psychicannetdion.com. Please know that my income, my ability to pay my rent, and to keep this channel going is dependent on donations from you. Thank you to those of you who are so generous. I'll see you soon. Namaste.